How you doing there, guys? We're just jumping right in. Welcome to the third episode of the TabsFolders TV show. So, on that note, I have Praveen and I have Camille. Praveen, I have to say you did a great job. Thank you for stepping in for me last week when I was out handling
Sure.
family business. I appreciate that. That was
No
awesome.
problem, Bruce.
Looking forward to you jumping in more often and helping out like that, and you joining in on our streams too.
I will try.
That was pretty cool. Camille, good to see you as always.
Good to see you, Bruce. Happy to be here.
Looking good. I like the shirt. Looks all shiny.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's jump right in. So we have a lot of exciting stuff to cover, guys. Where do we want to start? We have bug fixes, updates, Black Friday stuff, new stuff. What do you guys want to touch base on cover on first?
I was thinking we could do the kind of new releases, the history that we did from the releases, the bug fixes that have been coming up lately, and then we can get to current sales because we're doing amazingly well on the Black Friday deal with AppSumo. So looking forward to speaking about that a little later in the show.
I'm interested about those too. So let's go ahead and handle bug fixes first. We'll take care of that.
Great. So in version 1.3.5, technical speak, but it just came out on about a week and a half ago. We added, first of all, the promo codes. Users were asking that now that we have stacking in AppSumo, and some users are buying a lot of codes at once. They wanted the ability to simply add all the codes with one go to TabsFolders. So we've added that feature to the promo code dialog. Now you can add up to 100 codes at once. And second thing, we've been also renaming, there was some misconception, let's say, for users, the tab discarding or tab snoozing functionality in TabsFolders. We called it in the beginning tab discarding, and people were confused by that. They thought that they were kind of throwing tabs into the trash if they click that. So now it's been called tab snoozing. Tab snoozing allows you to snooze a tab in Chrome or any other browser, and it saves memory and processing power on your computer. So it makes your computer run faster when you have more tabs open. So those are the main releases, main features that were released in the past week. And we are also working on a major kind of bug fix that has been eluding us for a couple of weeks, and we finally found the reason. We had an issue with tab ordering between Chrome and TabsFolders. When you'd save a window, some of the tabs would jump out of order because of a Chrome API which wasn't firing as often as we were expecting it to. And now that's fixed in development, and it's now being tested, and it will be out in version 1.3.6. So that's coming out probably in next week, maximum 2 weeks, but hopefully if everything goes well in testing, it'll be out next week.
Perfect. Looking forward to that.
Amazing. Yep. So I guess we could also move on to the recent jump in sales with Black Friday. We've had a huge or even an overload, you could say, but there's been a lot of
I noticed I noticed TabsFolders was listed as what's hot, right? And it's strange to see something that's been there for months show up under the what's hot section.
Exactly, but I think it's the new plan that we've added stacking, and we've changed the pricing. Plus, it's TabsFolders 2.0 coming up. I can see why users are thinking that it's hot, and they're visiting not only our page and the AppSumo deal page a lot, but also there's been a huge bump in sales, in the sales numbers, the licenses, and it makes sense why AppSumo is putting us as a hot product right now.
Well, I think it's always been hot. They're just coming around to realizing it right now.
There you go. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you.
We have a question coming in from Eduardo. Eduardo, thanks for joining us today. Hi, guys. TabsFolders is awesome. Is there any way to have the right side pane open up only to that folder that you're looking at versus having all the folders visible? I like that. That's a good idea.
So yes, you can. On the left, in the left window, when you right-click on a folder you want to look at, well, it will focus it in the right window. So on the left window, you can right-click on a folder and click Open in Right Panel, and that folder will be opened up and focused in the right panel. It can't be only that folder at this point, but we can definitely work on making that an option in the future.
There you go.
I'm wondering how, like, in what situation that would be useful, because I guess just for focusing reasons, I can see that might be helpful, but just overall, though, I don't really think it adds much, besides just the appearances. I don't really think it really adds that much functionality or usefulness, I don't think.
I guess it adds focus. That, let's say, if you have many folders, a long tree, and the folder is many levels deep. It could be
Okay. I think
right. So if you just want to look at that folder, it's almost like a favorite. I can see, and the way there's multiple ways we can implement that, either with focus on that folder specifically, or have added to a favorites bar where you click it and just that folder appears if you select favorites. Again, because you don't want to be moving around that. If you scroll up and down, you lose that folder. And
okay, got it.
So at least that's how I'm understanding the use case. But we definitely will need to kind of test it with users, what they mean and what was it Eduardo meant exactly with this question. So we'll definitely follow up after the show.
Right. I think I guess what an easy way might to implement that might be just to have a right-click option on the folder itself, and just have like a focus thing that you can click on in the menu, and it'll just go into that, show only that folder.
That could work, definitely, yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll take a look at how to implement that in the future.
And then we have,
great question.
I like that. Similar to back in the day, we used to have a tool called Norton Commander, where if you would click on a folder, the right side would give you a focus, but you could still navigate through your root directories on the left, and then on the right side, sorry guys, this is my right, I know it looks different. On the right side, you'd be able to look at the folder that you're expanding. So that was how, a bunch of old programs used to work 20 years ago, 15 years ago. God, I'm really dating myself saying that, but that's how it was back in the day, right? So I can totally see that, because he's probably old school. And Eduardo, thank you for the question and joining us today. Oh, there he goes. See? Yes, you're right. Perfect. There you go.
There you go.
Question number 2 that came up, Rajbot. Do you plan on making it where someone can click on a link and be auto-logged in without having to use or know what the username and password are? So in other words, like a preview option without having to sign into credentials.
I think it's more... how I understand the question is with the passwords feature coming up in TabsFolders 2.0. I think the question is more when you share a link with somebody, and that link actually requires a username and password, so that when you share that link with another person, they can log in to the site, but they can't view your password. And yes, we're planning on implementing that. a password manager that we're kind of looking at for similar functionality is LastPass. They do this. And there's another option with sharing sessions as well. So we're looking at both ways that we can, or two ways that we can implement this feature. And that's, I guess we'll see which option works better for us.
There you go. I can see that sometimes Raj may want to have the ability to have both, right? Raj may want some folders would be private, and in other words, they would require username and password because it's part of a team. And only teams have certain access to that. So if you're a specific user, yes, you have to put in your credentials. There might be one where it's like, okay, you're not a user, but here's a passcode to enter into this folder, right? And I can give you the 6-digit passcode if you text me or if you message me privately or if you pay to get access to that folder. That would be another one that they're not a specific teammate, but they have a passcode to unlock a folder. And then the last one would be maybe a public folder to just view everything. Those are like the different types of permission formats or permission styles. And I could see how that might be helpful in the future.
Perfect. Sounds great. Yeah.
And the last one here with Raj, is there a way to separate business bookmarks from personal instead of having them in the same panel? Great question. I'm interested about that too.
So currently in TabsFolders, you can do this by having two main folders under bookmarks, personal and business. And obviously, when you do a search, results will come up from both folders. But in TabsFolders 2.0 coming up, we'll have what's called workspaces, where it'll be a totally separate, you could say login, not login, but totally separate TabsFolders where you'll have separate sessions, separate bookmarks. And in those, you'll be able to have a work session, a personal session, or workspace, sorry, something like even per project, you can have different project workspaces where team members for that project will only see bookmarks for that workspace. So you'll be able to separate your different, personas, let's say, in TabsFolders a lot more in the 2.0 version.
Which makes sense. Eduardo's coming back. Also, is there a way to have tab folders open on each new tab in Chrome instead of having to open TabsFolders in a new window each time? So in other words, every time you open up a new tab, you want it to be as like the default background option when you open up a new tab. Kind of like a default browser, but it will show tab folders instead. I love that feature. I've seen that with other tools before. Camille, please let me know that's going to happen.
That's definitely happening. We actually had this before, and some users didn't like this this feature. So we separated it. That TabsFolders just opens up in a separate tab. You have this option when you in the options section that when a browser starts, it opens TabsFolders in a separate tab. But because you can switch to that tab with like keyboard shortcuts, you can assign a keyboard shortcut to TabsFolders. And again, it's in the options page. And this will allow you to quickly switch between TabsFolders if you want to open up a new tab or something, or if you quickly want to access TabsFolders. But definitely, we've had a lot of requests for this to make it the default new tab. And so we're working now in TabsFolders 2.0 to make that a default feature, let's say. Yeah.
I like that. Perfect. That
And
answers the question.
Hey, actually, I want to add something to that. So when I was using TabsFolders a while ago, I do remember turning that feature off where when I initially opened up the browser, the TabsFolders window would open up in a separate new window. For example, my browser would pick up where it left off on my last session when I closed it, and then in a new window, like I said, the TabsFolders window would open up. Now, I didn't particularly like that because I didn't want to have TabsFolders opening up in a new window. I mean, it would have been fine if it had opened up in the same window.
Right.
But I think when we have this option, it would be good to have it where we can set it so that tabs folders doesn't necessarily open in a new window when you launch the browser, but we can still have it open when we like create a new tab, for example. So I'm just saying it would be good to separate those two things and not have it so that it's like always opening up a new window when I launch the browser when I only want it to be in a new tab.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So we'll work on expanding that option so that you'll be able to open it in a new window, in a new tab, or make it the default new tab. Simply when you're opening a new tab, tabs folders opens up, and then you can, do everything that you're looking to do with with tabs folders, and opening new bookmarks, new windows from tabs folders right away. So I think that's a simple feature because it's really already there. All we need to do is add it to the options. It's a couple of lines, so we'll definitely be adding it in tabs folders 2.0 100%, but maybe we'll actually add it sooner since it's not that much work. So
sure.
Cool.
Great
question. We got two more. This is kind of a funny one. Is there a way to lose your data clearly?
That's always a feature, ways, not a bug. Yes, exactly. There's always ways to lose your data. However, we have mitigated 99.999% of those ways because we not only have backups of our servers internally, we have backups of our servers, database servers, to an external hosting system. And you also can make your own backups in tabs folders by clicking the bookmarks folder, right-clicking it, and clicking export. And that'll generate a JSON file for you that you can store wherever you want. And later, if something happens, you can ask us to re-import that JSON file. This will be actually coming in tabs folders 2.0. You'll be able to do it yourself, but currently we have to just import it for you. So anyway, you'll be able to, you can right now back up tabs folders in 3 different ways. So we ensure backups, but you can even do it yourself manually for triple, quadruple security. So I don't think there's much of a chance of losing your data.
Good. That was a funny question. Thank you.
Funny, but very, very important. In data or with a lot of startups, let's say some of them don't care that much about user data. I come from a programming and banking background where making a mistake and losing data could cost you millions of dollars. So we know how to ensure that your data is secure because our users put in a lot of their time and effort into gathering their information and storing it, and the system needs to be reliable and dependable for them to have faith in it, right? So,
Camille, Praveen, you were going to say something?
Let's just continue. It'll come back to me.
Sure. Question here from Raj. Is it possible to share a tabs folder with another tabs folder user that can also share their folder back in return with me? Like a two-way share?
I think so basically, I'm a little unclear on whether he's asking about whether they could collaborate working on the same folder or whether they have their own folder each that they're just sharing with the other person. I suppose it could be possible both ways, depending on how we set it up, right, Camille?
Yes, it's kind of, you can look at it as a circular reference. So as in, I share a folder with you, you add that to a folder, then you share it back to me. And so you could get kind of infinite shares. So we're going to definitely handle that. But if we're going to function kind of like Google Drive. So the things that the sharing that you can do with team members in a Google Drive, will function similarly because people already know how to use the functionality. They're familiar. A lot of the world is familiar with Google Drive and how it works, and so we're going to take that as an example for us, so that people don't have to relearn something new. So, however, the sharing multiple folders or sharing backlinks works in Google Drive, that's how it will work in TabsFolders going forward.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Raj, what to do to unlock white label? That's a good question too. Raj, just FYI, white label is not officially out yet, but it's a good question so people can know. For those of you who are interested, we're having white label roll out. And for those who don't know what white label is, it's basically having your own branded version of a piece of software. So in this case, like imagine having notes, imagine having passwords, imagine sharing folders, and within those folders would be links to, let's say, a project. Let's say you're researching crypto, right? So you had notes, passwords, and links inside one folder. You want that whole experience to be under your branded solution, right? So that's coming in 2022. We currently don't have that available, but to unlock that, you would just buy a certain amount of codes under AppSumo. Let me give you the link real quick.
And Camille, maybe this would be a good point to discuss the advantages of having a white label, maybe for users that don't understand why it could be beneficial.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So kind of white label and CNAME are kind of linked together, but right now they're a little bit of separate features. That with 3 codes you get CNAME. What CNAME allows you to do is use your kind of domain name to host TabsFolders. Let's say you want to share with your clients links.yourdomain.com. Instead of sending them to links or tabsfolders.com. So that's one kind of level of branding, that you could have your own domain name. But a second level of branding is white label, and that comes in with 5 codes total of the AppSumo codes. And that not only you get your own domain, but the logo will be your logo on the kind of TabsFolders screens. It'll be your logo. And after the logo, we'll also be adding the color scheme, custom color schemes, so that when you share links with your customers, they'll not only see your domain name, but they'll also see your logo on the sharing and TabsFolders access pages, as well as kind of your color scheme. So it looks like they've never left your website. That's what white label will be.
There you go. Cool. So thank you, Raj, for those questions. Eduardo was also asking, is white label available to AppSumo customers under 3 codes or 5 codes?
5 codes.
I was going to say we could bring it up. I mean, we might as well discuss it, right? I think enough people are asking about it.
Well, under 3 codes, it is like white label. I think it's a big feature, as in it's more for teams and companies, and I think it'll take quite a bit of development effort to finally finish it, and so I believe that we really need to kind of get our resources back to be able to support it for users. So I think we're not looking to lower it to 3 codes, because I think the feature is really worth the 5 codes that you'll be buying from AppSumo, which I will say is currently at a hugely discounted price for each code of $19.
Right. So I got to ask her, Eduardo. I was like, you're used to buying 3 codes at $50 for white label, right? That means $150. This is $19 times 5, which is $100. So technically, it's at 2 codes of what you're used to. So just think about it like that. I know where you were going with it, Eduardo. So let me just put it like this: it's neither 3 nor 5. It's 2 codes to what you're used to paying. So just think about it like that. Think about it like that. But let's cover that out for people who I'll share with you my screen real quick, and we'll put it up. And this is for people who might be interested in part of the sale. Let's go ahead and share that. So we'll highlight this real quick. These are going to be your major features. We'll go ahead and make that a little bit bigger. So as you can see, guys, it's $19 a code here. $19 a code. And so there's several benefits if you get 3 codes in total. 7-day time machine backup, CNAME, which is your custom domain, SMTP, which is you can send things from your custom, your company's email. Like, so let's say you're hp.com, right? You can send invites to other teammates from your hp.com email domain. You'll have teammates, guests, storage. You know, let's say you have notes and you want to include a little screenshot in your notes. That's what the storage would work out for. And workspaces, where let's say you'll have a workspace per client or per major project. If you stack 4 additional codes, that'll be 5 in total. You'll get white label. That'll answer Eduardo's question there. And if you stack 10 codes in total, which is 9 additional on top of the first one, you'll have unlimited guests too. So that's something to keep in mind if you guys are also thinking about maybe for 2022, you want to have a password management tool or link management tool or note management tool with unlimited guests. That's something you may want to consider there, guys. White label with unlimited guests.
And Camille, can you just quickly go over the accessibility, or what exactly does guests mean, and like how are they different from regular users?
Yes. So as per there's the stacking table with all the details of how many users you receive, and we just updated it today with more plans. So if you're interested, check that out. It's on the Shoreby page. But guests are allowed to view, your bookmarks. So you can invite a guest to a folder, and they can install TabsFolders. And the folder that you share with that guest, they'll be able to view it and access the links from there, like open them up, etc. So guests are only viewing the folders that you allow them to view, and they can only access them. They can't change anything. Full additional teammates will be able to edit, add tags, delete bookmarks, etc. in the folders that you share with them, and they'll be able to share folders back with you as per the previous question. So a full teammate has kind of full access to TabsFolders, and you'll be able, when you invite a teammate, you can assign the permissions of what teammates, not only what folders they can access, but also what they can do in those folders. If they have only edit privileges, they can't delete. If they can only add, etc.
Okay, and one more thing is that the guest functionality is I guess the best way to think about it is having for example, if you were to share a public link, then that would be viewable by anyone who has that link. But I guess the difference with guests is it's the same scenario, but you're kind of restricting to who has access to be able to view it. So it's like a restricted public view, kind of. Would that be a good way to think about it?
Yes, that guests have to actually create an account on TabsFolders, and they have a username and password, and only they can view that folder. Currently, we have public sharing with a link. Obviously, the link is randomly generated, so only users who you give that link to will be able to access and view the shared bookmarks you've shared with them. But there is no password access to that. So anyone with that link can actually view your bookmarks. The second thing with TabsFolders 2.0, the benefit will be that guests can have TabsFolders open in their browser all the time, and anytime that you update the links, they'll be automatically updated in their TabsFolders window, or in TabsFolders, versus right now they actually have to click on the website, the web link, and anytime it changes, there's no notifications, etc. They just have to keep clicking on it to see if anything changed. So that'll be like 3 levels of sharing now in TabsFolders 2.0. You'll have the public kind of links, Then you have a guest account who has access to the folder, and they can get notification on changes, etc., etc. And then you'll have the teammates that will have full access to make notes, changes, etc., to those shared folders that you've shared with them.
Cool.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So, Gene, give me the thumbs up. Let me know you're ready to come on. We have a caller coming up. Perfect. Ready? Here it is. I'm going to bring you up. There we are. Hey there. Can't hear you.
Hello, Gene. You may be muted.
Can't hear you. Yep.
Yep. So glad to be here. And
Perfect. Thank you for joining us.
so I've been using tabs folders for a while right now. I kind of had to choose between Raindrop and I've tried quite a few actually in my quest to find something that can handle all these things. And
Sure.
I think a couple of months
Excellent.
back, I think I decided against tabs folders because it looked too similar to the usual bookmark. It just looked like folders.
Right, you're talking about like in-browser bookmark.
Yes. So
Yes.
I thought I
Yeah.
was looking, but then as I kind of was, I tried. Then I switched to Toby, and after Toby, I tried tab extend. Yes, I'm like a FTD shiny object syndrome dude over here.
All right.
And
Tabaholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and but
Shopaholic. Yeah.
tab extend I thought I was really hopeful about it, but it was too slow, you know.
Okay.
And then finally I switched to start.me actually, which is just a very basic kind of a thing, but I still felt I needed like something for my bookmarks. And I was really glad that you guys have unlimited now, because you guys, like, early it was 15,000, right? And that for
Yes.
me was like, even though I probably wouldn't, no, I think I wouldn't top that, maybe maybe not too soon, but the fact that you have like a limit kind of stops you from really going all in. So I've gone in right now, and I'm happy that it's unlimited. My thing is, it's just uh, it's just the mobile flow for adding bookmarks through mobile. It's not as tight as I would like to have it. I did the whole bookmarklet. I added it, but there seemed to be an error. There was a small bug about uh, uh, I mean, in Microsoft Edge on my Android, and I tried in Chrome as well. Like when you copy paste that script, it wasn't recognizing it and stuff. So I would just hope that there is like a quicker kind of, like, the moment I find a bookmark, I just want to add it, because right now sometimes it's quicker for me to just copy paste the link and paste it in WhatsApp, and that's kind of what I'm forced to do. Like, even though
Okay.
I was really hopeful, but mobile, as for now at least, I kind of just copy paste it in. So I would hope that is seamless. Some kind. I think that's a major thing. If you guys can solve that, right? If you guys can, it'll be so awesome, because until now there is I think, especially for Android folks, maybe for iOS it's more, because of the whole ecosystem and everything, there must be something over there. But so I'm hopeful that you guys can figure that
Gene,
out.
how
Well,
often do you play in the
you
mobile
know,
environment with your tabs folders account?
Sorry?
I'm interested to know, how often do you play with your, let's say, your phone, or how often are you in the mobile environment within your
Quite
tab
a
folders
bit,
account?
actually. It's like a disease right now. I'm trying to do something about it, because it's not a good thing.
I was gonna say, if first of all, you could reach out to us for support, because we tested on several browsers on both platforms, on iOS and Android, and it was working quite well. As in, on iOS, especially, like in my use case, I use Safari on iOS, and it's basically instant. That I have it as a bookmark. Any site I'm on, I just open up the bookmarks, one tap, and it takes like one or 2 seconds to bookmark it to the mobile folder, and it appears on your desktop. So it should be working. If there's an issue, we definitely want to take a look at your exact use case, why the JavaScript is not working. So we want to debug that, because that functionality, I think it's also great that it really allows you to use it on mobile, because on mobile, most of the time you're not going to be organizing bookmarks, but you do want to capture them easily and quickly. So if you could on anywhere in tabs folders or on the website, you have the little chat widget on the bottom right. If you could send us a support request, we definitely want to debug that and fix that for you.
Cool. And also I think have some more video tutorials or something. That would be really helpful, because
Okay,
like
there's
if
a
you guys,
few
I
on
think right now
YouTube, but
it's just a static page, I think, which I had to go to and to figure out the instructions and stuff like that.
Did you check the YouTube channel?
Yeah, the YouTube. Did you see the YouTube channel?
That whole process is there in the YouTube channel? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
the
there's a
bookmark
video on how to add a mobile
Okay.
bookmark,
When
etc.
I was there. Okay, cool.
I'll see if I can paste it on the show right now in the comments, if I can find it in time.
Cool,
But
because
definitely,
I'm only
yeah.
saying this because maybe I missed it, but I want you guys to work. I want you guys to be the unicorn right now, because I'm so tired of hunting for all these other
Right.
Yep.
It's actually been a
Jake, we
major
feel the
pain
same
point
way.
for me as well. Yeah.
We feel the same
Yeah.
way.
And
so
also
let me.
go on.
If I may, not only do we have the mobile bookmarklet, but yes, we are working in 2022 after TabsFolders 2.0 is released. Then we're working on mobile to actually have more than just the bookmarklet. We're looking to have an app, and whether because on Android it'll be an app, on iOS we're actually debating whether it'll be an app / Safari plugin. There's a limitation, unfortunately, with Safari, that you have plugins, but you don't have the full functionality that you do on desktop. So we're going to analyze what's the best solution to cover all the platforms, because we know there's a lot of users on Android. But we definitely do want to have not only so that you can bookmark and manage on mobile, both directions, to kind of control your mobile browser with TabsFolders.
Awesome, Camel. Just one more thing while I'm on here, because something that I was really looking forward to. There was this old app, I think, which kind of got discontinued. Not totally discontinued, but the founder, there's not too much work on it. It's called History Search. It's called History Search, and the idea behind that was it just like logged everything, and I love that. I love that. That's something that you could just search everything that you've ever been on, and
Okay.
in a way, because tabs holders kind of has unlimited bookmarks, right? And I see that because I used to use my session history kind of another tab management software, and now I'm using tabs folders instead of that, just to save these bunch of tabs. And it almost seems feasible, right, where you can just search all the places that you visited.
So you can, if you don't delete your session history, because in the options page there's kind of an algorithm to clean your session history folders that TabsFolders saves automatically. But technically, if you leave it on for a year or 2 years, you'll have your session history folder there, and you can search it in TabsFolders currently.
Oh, that is so cool. Okay.
Yeah, great. Glad you like
We
it.
should
Glad
list
you
that.
like it. Yeah. So, and you can
every day
actually.
Because every day when I log in, sometimes I go to I got this other tab extension. It's called Chrome History, and in case any crashes, right, I always go there and I search myself. I'm using that like so often, and now if this is workable in tab folders, it'll be awesome. I'll tell everyone about it. So,
100%.
thanks, guys.
I was thinking the same thing. That's something we should probably highlight and discuss more. Well, actually, Gene, because of that, we could talk about it more next week. Yeah,
Cool.
for sure. Yeah.
Definitely. Because again, so I was just going to add that in the search box, you can type your search, but you can also focus it if you want to search the currently open windows, your bookmarks, or the session history folder. And
Awesome.
Obviously, if you're looking something that you didn't save, but it should be in session history. But if you want to speed up your searches, that, let's say, I do this dozens of times a day when I'm looking for a an open tab. I just go into tabs folders and just search the open windows, and that search is like instant. Plus, you were mentioning about tabs folder speed. We also designed it so it actually runs locally in your browser, the extension, and then it syncs to our server, so that even if our server isn't online, you still use tabs folders, and that's why it's a lot faster. Like, it's the speed of your computer. That's the only limit for how quickly tabs folders runs. So glad that you like the speed, and here just wanted to say kind of why that is, why it's so fast.
Awesome. Glad to know.
Great.
Gene,
thanks.
thank you very much. You already have your
Welcome.
code, so what you're going to do is hit us up on the Facebook page after we're done with the live stream, and then we'll give you an add-on code, so that'll give you some extra teammates for
Coolies.
your account.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. All the
All right,
best.
thanks, Gene.
Bye.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, Gene. Take care. Thanks.
Bye.
And here, just quickly, I'll flash the banner. Here's the link to how to add a mobile bookmarklet on Android, actually, that should be. So that's the link to the YouTube video. And the YouTube channel is simply YouTube/TabsFolders. You can get a lot of other videos there to view about how to work with tabs folders and use cases, etc. So let me show that here. Sorry.
Sure.
There we go.
I'll have that. I'll keep that running on the bottom too, just so people can use it as a reference. There we go. So guys,
That would
make
be
sure
great.
that you also
Yep.
subscribe to the YouTube channel. And on that note, as Gene was up talking about other companies that he'd used in the past, this comment totally like resonated with what Gene said. Never in my life have I thought I'd be so interested in Tabs organization. Thank you for the awesome customer service and supporting such a great tool. It keeps me organized. Have a good day. Like it's strange that, you know, we get to the point where we see software so often that it's like, okay, we're getting tired of comparing the same old things over and over. Gene and I can totally attest to that. And then it's like, what can we find differently? What can we find differently that will help make these tools separate or different from one another? So, and I'll put up Eduardo's other question there too. So he asks, without mentioning any competitors, is there a feature that one company does which opens up your folders into groups that are color-coded? For example, that could separate tabs folders from other companies, right? Google does that with groups. We've actually talked about that, I think, before on the first episode where we were thinking of making folders different colors, right? So you can color-code it. So that is something that we have discussed. But little things like that is what separates, it could separate tabs folders from other companies and other tools. And just like Gene, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing the same old companies with no differentiation in features, right? It's the little things. Could we do all the little things right? Doing color coding to certain folders would be another one of those little things that would help separate tabs folders from the rest.
Definitely, I agree with that, Bruce. For tabs folders 2.0, that's already in the plans that tags and colors will be used in the folders so you can more easily identify them. But I think a major differentiator coming up for us is passwords. That joining the bookmark, storage management, and passwords will allow users to, be much more efficient with their teams, because realistically, passwords are always a pain in the backside, because you got to share them over different channels for it to be secure, and you got to use a different tool. And there's no tool currently, I think, that does it well, where you can share your passwords with the team. Especially, built-in browser functionality. Yes, you can access a website and they have a password manager, but sharing those passwords and managing who you share with and etc. I don't think that functionality is there, and that's, I think, our key differentiator. That's why we're working on passwords as fast as we can for 2022.
So I'm going to say two things to that. Praveen, give me real quick. I'll say two things to that. So number one, I'm going to say this, and Gene will notice it too, because we're always comparing other software companies, right? I guarantee it that by 2022, you're going to see other links, platforms, companies trying to copy your value proposition, Camille, because they're going to be like, what? TabsFolders is doing it. We got to put it into production too. It's going to happen. People are going to copy it. But
Definitely.
you guys will know that we had it here first, right? I see Gene smiling. He's still in the green room. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. The moment that we come out with this, or the moment that we've announced it, right? Other companies are already trying to put that into play as soon as possible. So that's number one. And then number two, this is a perfect segue for those of you who provide software services for your customers to be able to have another entree where you can have like a solution, a tech stack, right? A software stack that you're providing to your customers, where you could say, sure, let us onboard employees into your department, for example, and then here are the relevant links for the department. And then because it's a password manager also, you could say these are the passwords that you would assign to your new employees. So in other words, it becomes like an employee onboarding tool. So besides sharing links for recreational or for research use, it actually has practical application and practical use in the work and in the business space too, which a lot of these link tools don't really have. And a lot of these agencies that, you know, maybe Gene is one, and a lot of other companies that provide software services to their clients, they don't really see that in the link sharing space, right? They don't see having some sort of a business-friendly solution for link solutions. So this would be kind of like an all-in-one to help do that. Praveen, go ahead, take it away.
All right. I was just going to say that I find it really surprising that because the passwords and the bookmarks are so tightly related that there hasn't up to now like been a solution that basically managed both of them together.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, it almost seems like of course, you know what I mean? Like it's of course they need to be together. Like it doesn't make sense to separate them now.
True.
Yeah.
True.
True. Thank you, Praveen. That's why we're definitely working to make that a reality.
Okay, great.
That being said, Eduardo is asking, when is the time frame for the new updates, more or less? And Camille, we'll leave that up to you.
Yes. So on the AppSumo page, we actually state for each feature an estimated timeline. So for TabsFolders 2.0, which is the revamped user interface, which will have notes, tags, and team folder sharing. That's the Q1 2022, which means the first, January through March of 2022 is the planned date. Then password management we have for Q2 2022. And then subscription management is also Q2 2022. So the schedule is there on the AppSumo group or the AppSumo deal page. Obviously, sometimes there is slippage, but we're reasonably confident for definitely TabsFolders 2.0 coming out in Q1 2022. And password management a couple of months afterwards, because we've already started working on the design and some of the code is implemented. So we're confident in that schedule.
Perfect. That being said, I guess this answers Junior's question. If I have the old deal, how many may I need to buy in order to get white label?
To get white label, you actually only need to buy one, because we're giving away three codes for free. So you'll have the old code, your 3 free codes, and 1 new code. That means 5 total codes, and you have white label.
Just putting it out there, sir. If that's the case, and if that's true, you have made so many customers happy by just saying they have to buy 1 more code to get white label. I'm just putting that out there.
Thank you. That was the goal. We want to support our fans and previous supporters who purchased TabsSumo earlier, because thanks to them, we're alive and developing TabsFolders to be, the best password management and bookmark management system available. So that's why we are very grateful, and we definitely want to support those users and help them get to white label as easily as possible.
Totally makes sense. Eduardo says, I want some extra codes too, like the last guy. Eduardo, come on camera. We'll put that up on the. We'll put that up here. I'll put that up on the screen down below also.
The link, yes.
There you go. Down below. Join us on the TabsFolders show.
Yep.
That's also on the Shorby link, guys. It's also on the Shorby. We put that up every week on the Shorby page. We update the Shorby page regularly, so make sure you look at that too. And the Shorby page is this guy right here, tabfolders.com/Shorby. So just take a screenshot on your phone, and you'll see a lot of our relevant links all combined into one massive link tree menu.
Right. Oh, and I just want to point out that they need to enter like the www.tabsfolders.com. Otherwise, they'll get a 404 redirect or some strange page there.
Yeah, it's the whole link is with www.tabsfolders.com/Shorby because the details is the TabsFolders server is on tabsfolders.com, so you need to put the World Wide Web in front of all the links that we put up here. And we do put it up there, but just in case some users might think it's it's not necessary. Thank you, Praveen, for pointing that out, that on our links it's necessary right now. In version 2.0, we'll change that, but for now you need to use the www.
There you go. Eduardo, no camera for me. Haven't brushed my hair. Just to let you know, I haven't brushed my hair either. I woke up like this, right? I know that's kind of a joke, but that's totally 100% factual. I woke up like this. So Eduardo, no excuses. No excuses.
Hey, I haven't brushed my hair either. So
I love that. I love that. See, same thing. So Praveen, you totally get it. You live life like that. You live life with your hair already brushed, so you can understand it. Yeah.
You're lucky, Praveen.
That was good.
Sure, I guess that's one way to look at it.
I will use this tool with my other website clients. Exactly, right? And even if they're not website clients because you're not doing anything in WordPress, this would still be a good tool, especially when passwords roll out, especially when the teammate function rolls out, which is just around the corner. But guys, it's at a special discounted price of $19 now, so just keep that in mind. There it is. $19 per code, right? You can't go wrong with that. It's not $29, $39, $49, $59 like you see with other licenses. It's $19. Like literally, how could you go wrong with that?
But that's not going to last forever, right, Bruce?
True. It's a limited amount of time, so take advantage of that. Eduardo, also out of curiosity, do you guys sell any other software? I like your vibe and have a new fan. Camille, this is his only tool, but we've always talked about creating other. We've talked about building other things, but this is our primary, first and only focus right now with software tools.
Yeah, right now, I mean, I'm focusing on TabsFolders because I think, if you really want to be the best out there and really be number one in your space, you got to give something your heart. So we're working on TabsFolders 100% right now. In the future, maybe that will change, but at this point, it doesn't look like it. We really want to make TabsFolders a big success, and therefore it's 100% of our focus right now.
There you go. Perfect. Wow. I think that just totally killed the hour. We had so much we wanted to cover too, Camille. That's crazy.
I know. There were a lot of things. I know, Bruce, if you perhaps want to go, though, just as we finish about our Black Friday special.
Sure. Let's see if we could put that up. Where is the link? Do we have that up?
No, it's just on the main website. Currently.
Got it. I'll bring that up as a link to share. I'm going to go and change tabs. Give me just 1 sec, guys. There we go. All right, so we have it on the main site here.
If you just scroll down to the pricing on the left. I guess the screen.
Widen.
You need scroll to the left, the other side.
Is it
Okay.
cut off there? Is there a
I
way
guess
to
it's
widen
gonna
your screen, Bruce?
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
So there's a lifetime plan. Users, there's been a few users who have been requesting a large number of teammates. So currently on the you can stack with AppSumo, I believe, with 50 code, with 10 codes, you get I think it's 50 teammates. Let me just get the right number there. Yes, so 10 codes, you get 50 teammates. But some users were asking, that they have more employees that they work with, and they're really looking for a larger organization deal bundle. So we're releasing later today, we are going to make it live. The Black Friday deal, where it includes 500 users for your company or team. And it's a Black Friday special of $9.99. And there will be a 20% discount for payment kind of in a lump sum. Yeah, so that's the deal. I mean, it's normally it would cost you a lot more. So we're having a special deal that you can basically take care of. It's a pretty medium to large size company with TabsFolders at this price at $9.99.
And there's going to be a split payment option, Camille?
Exactly. So the split payment option is going to be, it's basically the $9.99 price with 3 monthly payments of $333. If you, however, pay all up front, you get a 20% discount on that $9.99.
Okay, so it'll be if it's all in one purchase, then the price comes down to $7.99.
Yes, the 20% off.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Wow, that's a really great deal. I mean, even at the $9.99 price, that's like $2 per user. That's a very good deal.
Exactly. So when you compare it to one AppSumo license being at $19, this is a huge discount. But again, like I said, several users were asking about larger teams. So this is the special that we're doing for Black Friday for these users.
I've never seen you offer anything with unlimited users before. Even before working with you, just as a software fan, I've never seen you offer unlimited users on TabsFolders before.
So it's unlimited guests, but 500 users. So the unlimited guests bit, as well as we were describing guests earlier in the show. You also have unlimited guests, so you can just share folders privately with however 5,000. If your organization like on HP where you have 5,000 or 10,000 users, you can use TabsFolders and share the folders with this plan. But I guess you have 500 full team members here where they're able to add, delete, edit, update bookmarks and tags for the price of $9.99, which we think is an amazing deal for Black Friday 2021. So thank you. Just wanted to get that in before the end of the show, since Black Friday is coming up in 2 days.
And just a quick question before we're done here. How long do you plan on keeping this deal, the special Black Friday deal?
It'll be on till next Friday, basically the beginning of December. So it's a short deal, just 1.5 weeks that we plan to have it available.
How many licenses or how many customers can buy that?
So currently we're limiting it to the first 10 customers to come in and buy it. It's a limited time plan because in limited quantity, because it's a very very aggressive price. So yeah, the first 10 customers to buy this plan get the plan. The rest will have to use the traditional stacking options that we have on AppSumo.
There you go. So even for an aggressive, even if and again, this is me talking in the future too, even as an aggressive tool for, or an aggressive plan of 500 users for a password management tool, that's also not a bad way to go, considering it will also have your own branding on it. So I was just like, that's not a bad investment there. So
exactly. That's why we have this deal just for Black Friday, and it's a limited amount of users. So
I like that. I like that.
Okay, great. Thank you,
Great.
Camille.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. So that'll be listed on the homepage on TabsFolders.com.
And it's going live later today, correct?
Sorry, you were cutting out.
Oh, I'm saying that special Black Friday deal will be going live later today for those interested.
Yes, it'll be going live after the show in about an hour when we just wanted to announce it on the show before we turn it on.
And I believe you've already had a couple of people request asking you about this deal, correct? Which is why you know that there are people interested in this.
Yes, actually, like I said, that's why we created the deal, because users were asking about this, and I guess we thought of doing custom enterprise licenses, but then again we thought, come on, Black Friday, we got to give people a deal. So this will resolve the issue that instead of signing a custom agreement, etc., you just buy this plan and you have 500 teammates, which I think should cover most small to medium size enterprises for $9.99.
There you go. Not annual, none of this monthly, just lifetime, one-time purchase. There you go.
There we go.
All right, cool. Well, that's going to be an interesting drop, and we'll have to have we'll let some of the group admins know about that too, to let everyone make sure they're aware that if they want to, they can pick that up too. Yeah, that'll be interesting for sure.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. Yep.
Yeah, you already had, I think, 2 people ask you that before we went live with this, which kind of prompted us to set something up. So to the 2 of you that were out there, I was like, keep in mind, we're making this very limited for people like yourselves that want to make a serious investment in having, like a white label link sharing. You could even look at it like, basic tool like password management, things to help you out with security, research management, things to help you organize your folders and your links and your notes. That's something to think about. Cool. This kind of went off the rails. We had so much interactivity that it's like we had all this other content lined up, but it's like we're gonna have to save all of that for next week. But at least we got to the meat and potatoes, which was well. On that note, as we sign off, Camille, did you want to talk about sales real quick with AppSumo before we jump off?
Sorry, my throat dried out a bit. I guess. Actually, Bruce, I think we'll have to take that up later. My throat's gone.
Sure.
So.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yep. No worries.
Yep.
And you know what? We're over the past 1 hour mark too, so that's a good time to cut it off, anyways. Guys, don't forget that we also have. Let me go ahead and put it up. We have the AppSumo deal link here, so go ahead and take a screenshot if you're on your phones. We also have instructional YouTube videos here. You'll have down below. Where'd it go? The YouTube link. Sure. We have the YouTube that you have down below. And the homepage is where you will see the Black Friday sale. If you weren't already aware, that's going to be the link that you're going to join us right there.
Yep.
And all of our relevant links you'll find on the Shoreby page here too. We update that regularly and weekly. So again, make sure you go ahead and take a look at our Shoreby, which is right there. And that's pretty much it until next week. So let me go ahead and give thanks to Camille for toughing it out and sticking with us all throughout the show and putting all this together. Praveen, thank you for helping me out last week. That you were a godsend, sir. Appreciate that.
No problem, Bruce.
If you guys haven't already joined the group, you'll see the group down there at the bottom, facebook.com/groups/TabsFolders. Take a screenshot on your phone, join us in the conversation, and we also stream into the group every week too. That way you guys can ask us any questions, provide us any feedback, and get a few users in the process. So that being said, guys, everyone have a Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving. Let's keep social distancing in mind. Let's wash our hands, and everyone stay safe, and we'll see you guys all next week. There we go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening, and see you next week with a better throat, hopefully.
Take care. Bye.
Thanks, guys. See you.